Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will talk about the scenarios where there could be an ambiguous situation and we wish to auto wire stuff without any ambiguity. Now what exactly is an ambiguous situation and why we are talking about this? Let me make you understand. So in here, for example, we make use of this auto wire annotation. Now definitely who is creating an object? Spring is creating an object for this reference engine, and when we are making use of this object engine in the bean factory, Spring will create an object by the name of engine, and we would be able to use any method or any property from the class, which is nice, which is cool, and this is good as of now. But for example, we push things a little further, and for example, I move this engine class inside interfaces, and we will create a interface by the name of engine. So let me get rid of this component annotation, and we will mark this as a interface, and inside this interface we will create a method. This would be a public method, and return type would be string, and the name of the method would be type. That's it. Alright, so this is good, this is nice. And now moving forward, inside this package org.studyeasy, let us create a new class, and we will create a yet another package as specs. Here we go, and we will add the interface engine. Here we go. So one of the specs is definitely engine, so we will implement the interface for this class, and the name of the class would be V8, right? Let me click on finish. Alright, likewise we will be creating a yet another class by the name of V6, for example. By the way, I don't know what exact engine is used in a Swift or a Corolla car or some other car, but in a hypothetical situation we will consider any engine for any car. Please bear with me, I am not very good with cars, I suppose. Alright, so in here again we will create a yet another class by the name of V6. Alright, so now we have these two engine types, V6 and V8, and these engines will return strings. Very simple, very easy to understand classes. And let us return some text, and it would be like V8 engine. Here we go. Similarly, we will return V6 engine for the class V6. There is only one method. For type method, we will return V6 engine. Alright, so now things are good enough. Let me navigate to this Corolla.java class, and in here there are like couple of things which are now broken. For example, in here we say engine AutoWire, and let me try to check the suggestions. So one of the suggestion is type. Cool enough, nice. And we will also mark these classes as component because that is important, else we will definitely get a crash. Alright, so this looks good. So now understand this, we have two components and both of these components are of type engine, right? So we implement engine, and if we check this particular class where we are creating a reference, so this reference can accommodate V8 engine or V6 engine, and we are calling in the type. So there could be an ambiguous situation in here. Let me run the app. Let me show you the issue. So in here, if we check, there are like couple of issues in here. There are like couple of issues. Error creating bean with name my Corolla, and there could be error, and here is the error. No unique bean definition error. So no qualifying bean of type, and the type as engine type. Expected single matching bean but found 2. So there are two beans, V6 and V8, and there is issue. Well, what is the solution of it? we can definitely change the name a little. So in here, for example, I give the name as v6, for example. Let me also update the code a little. And now if I run this application, then I suppose it should run, and here is the output. So by default, what happens is, in here, it will try to compare the name of the reference with the name of the class. And the name of the class starts with uppercase letter, capitalized convention, camel convention. But when it comes to name, it would be like following the Java convention, and the name will start with a lowercase. So in here, V is in a lowercase, whereas in here, the V is in a uppercase. So this can end the ambiguity. Now friends, this way of giving the name isn't a very good way. Why? Because indeed we are stuck to follow the name. And for example, in here I update the name of the component like this. Again, our application will crash. So for example, we give the name as v6 engine. Well, now if I run the app, that would be a crash. Again, the same issue. So this naming convention isn't a very good deal. Indeed, we want a better way. So for example, in here again, we make use of the name as engine, and we run the app. There will be a crash, but there is a yet another way to solve this solution. We can explicitly give the name of the component which we wish to auto-wire, and the way is making use of this qualifier annotation, right? So using this qualifier annotation, we can qualify, we can give the name. And if I show you, there are like couple of values, and it receives a string entity, and in here we can give the name of the component which we wish to auto-wire. And this is more cleaner way. This is a better way to reduce the ambiguity, right? So in here, for example, we give the name as a v6 engine. Let me show you. And now this is definitely a string. Let me make use of pair of double quotes. Let me run the app, and here is the output. So this is the way how we can reduce the ambiguity whenever we are auto wiring. And if there is a ambiguity, simply make use of this qualifier annotation and give the name of the component we wish to use. So in here it is this name. Again, in here we can give a component name as v8 engine. By the way, the default component name is again v8, which can be again used, but we will give a custom name to the component. v8 name is the default component name, but v in a lowercase. Take a note of it. So in here, again, for example, I make use of a v8 engine. Our application will still work, but the engine type will be updated. So this is the way how we can like handle the ambiguous situation under Spring 5. Alright, so having said this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.